This is the semifinal match that is about to go underway. Many teams have battled, but only 4 remain and will compete for the grand prize right here at center court. So before we begin, I just need to know from my crowd who's watching. Are you guys ready for the semifinals right now? I'm loving this side. This side's killing it. That side's a little weak. I feel death on this side. I want to ask you one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got 4 teams left in the North American Team Tournament Championships. I need to know, are you ready for the semifinals? Okay. Well then please give a warm round of applause. Your semifinalists are entering the arena right now.
And we're back at the 2015 North American Teams Championships sponsored by Joola. We're here in the National Harbor just outside of Washington, D.C. I'm alongside Vanessa Petroj. My name is Brian Song, and we'll be doing a little commentary for you today. This is one of the semifinals. The match is between the Westchester Raiders and the Atlanta International Table Tennis Association. Hopefully we'll have a good match for you coming up here. Definitely promised to be one. We got some very talented people being introduced just now. We'll be back with you in just a second.
They will be facing from the Westchester Table Tennis Center. They are the Raiders. First we have Rajat, Hubli. Followed by Mishel, Levinski. And we got my man, Mr. Wong. And this match will be officiated by our head umpire, Mishel. And she will be assisted by the brother, also from Japan. Gentlemen, you can begin right after. We jump over to this side of the floor. I'm going to pop over here. I'm a little excited to be on this side of the floor right now. Because if you think that match is going to be crazy, this match is going to get even crazier. Ladies and gentlemen, for the New York Indoor Sports Club, we call them Wong. We have Yijun. We got Yijun. We got Wang. Please welcome it. We also got Joola. That is Team Wong. And they will be going up against the people that we know as Team Joola. Representing Team Joola, we got our team captain, Rajat. I have to apologize for the mistake. We have one more round of one ball. I did not mention. Yijun. We're going to get you back to that. We're going to see it. Thanks to my friends at Team Joola. Also on Team Joola, we got a chopper. His name is Wang. And last but certainly not least, one of the top 25 in the world, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Quadri Aruna. and Wong. My man is a staple here, you know, that's Mr. Joola. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the semifinal match. I encourage you to cheer as loud as you can, because this is as good as table tennis gets. Gentlemen, you saw warming up, let's do this.
All right, now that introductions have been made, our first matchup is going to be between Mishel Levinski and Wei Tai. Wei Tai is actually the favored player. He trained in the in Nanjing, China, and played in the Super League. We also have it that the best player he's ever beaten is actually the #1 player in the world, Zhang Jike, or the former #1. And for the Westchester Raiders, we have Mishel Levinski, who is 20 years old, out of New York. He's the Israel Junior National Team member and also the 2010 Israel Junior National Champion. And he currently plays for Baruch College. So Vanessa, when we see these players, sort of American players playing Chinese players, one of the things that everyone talks about is how aggressive the sort of the Chinese style is. When you play a Chinese person, what do you think about, or at least a Chinese trained person, what do you think about in handling that aggression?
It's usually, they seem more consistent. You immediately think about a lot of good players that they train with, so they're more consistent and more ready to handle whatever hit they come across. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see this game.
I think that the Chinese players in general, they practice so much that they're just more comfortable on the table. Any of the weird things that could happen, they just seem to be used to it, you know, sort of just comfortable. That being said, you know, both of these guys train a lot, and Mishel is actually no stranger to international play. He's played in Turkey and, of course, Israel, and so I think that in either case, both players are going to be ready to bring their A game, particularly with several $1,000s in prize money on the line. Just getting to the semis, you win $1,600, and then a finalist prize is $4,000. So winning this match is a difference of $2,400. Both players are going to want to bring their best stuff here. It actually looks like
Have a lefty.
Yeah, Levinski's left-handed. What do you think about when you play a lefty, Vanessa?
You think about them having some disadvantages in their deep forehand, but you also think about different spin that comes from any of their hits. You have to adjust to just thinking the opposite of what you would get from a righty. So some people like to play left-handed players more. I personally just like to stick to the righties.
I hate playing left-handed people. Their lefty hook forehand goes straight to my backhand, which is definitely my worst shot, and I know a lot of players will agree with me out there. We'll see if Levinski can use that lefty hook shot to bother Tai. It really is amazing watching players at this level just warm up. I mean, it's just so smooth. It's like choreographed, you know. They just very simple, but yet so powerful and effective. Out on the other table, we have the other semifinal going on. Quadri Aruna of Team Joola is playing on that side. Now
Okay, so table one is starting. They're up.
Just floated that push off. Maybe a little nerve starting.
So fast.
That was a strong backhand.
Oh, good try.
Ooh, how did he do that? It's just sort of a weird stab shot, landing on a table with a ton of spin.
That looked a lot of times with really good players, their serves look really simple, effortless, but actually when you try to turn it, it flies away.
Yeah, those things are loaded with spin. Sai open up with a little lead here at 4-2. Levinski going for a very aggressive backhand. Looks like he wants to try to do some damage that way.
Oh, so spinny.
It's tough to make those touch shots when there's so much spin on the ball. Very difficult to control.
Wow, that backhand is a weapon.
Yeah, Levinski's hitting some good backhands cross court, but he's still down 2-7. Nothing like a nice little net cord to try to get you back into this game here. Both players playing very quickly. We're seeing early on that Tsai is the more comfortable player.
Good shot. He's also, that's what we usually see with Chinese players. They're very calm, very focused.
That was a great shot there. He smacked it just a little bit too high from Levinski. And now Levinski's just hanging on at 4-9. Ooh.
Oh, something went wrong there.
Yeah.
That's not what he meant to do.
You don't usually see players of this caliber missing their serves. Now a whole slew of game points for Tsai. Very comfortable first game for him. And a quick first game goes to Tsai. I bet you Levinski's coach is going to have a few words with him here. If you were his coach, Vanessa, what would you tell him now to sort of get him back in the match?
I would tell him to calm down a little bit. Maybe he's rushing a little bit too much. It doesn't seem to bother Tsai, so he should think about his own game. I think maybe he tried to go a little bit more aggressive at first to see if he can throw him off, but I don't think that's happening. His Tsai looks very firm. What would you do?
Yeah, you know, definitely playing way too fast. When you start losing points like that in 2s and 3s, you really just got to slow down, try to do something different, vary your strategy a little bit. I agree that Levinski's trying to play aggressive, which might not be the best. Well, it might be the best option going forward, but you really have to execute with that aggression. It's a double-edged sword, and you can find yourself in a big hole if you're just making errors, trying to be aggressive. Tsai, on the other hand, just stay the course. You know, it's beating the heck out of him right now.
Wow, so much spin on that ball. He has to figure out what to do with that loop. Can't block, you can't counter loop.
Fooled him with that serve. Reverse pendulum might be the answer here to try to keep him in the match. And another very nice serve. This one way out to the forehand. Tsai wasn't ready for it. Maybe against a forehand dominant player, the best option is to go that way.
We see a lot of longer serves, though. I'm a little surprised.
Tsai's forehand is just so consistent, yet so powerful. I mean, it's got a ton of spin on it. Doesn't leave him open.
Those are the tricky lobs where you have to loop a little bit to get it over. He handled that pretty well.
Tsai here at 5-3 with a serve. Again, get these two. He's going to close it out real quick.
Levinski's complaining about not being able to see Tsai's serve. Let's see what the umpires are saying.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, the left hand has to be out of the way.
Wow.
You have to be able to see the ball making contact with the paddle in order for it to be a legal serve. He's tricking him with these topspin serves here.
That's a little surprising. It's a game of serves.
Yeah, you know, if they just go with a serve from here on out, Tsai's going to take the game.
Yeah, they're both using a lot of topspin serves. Very long, trying to throw each other off. So much spin on that loop.
Tsai made a quick adjustment. That serve worked earlier in the match, not that second time. Now we have quadruple game point for a 2-love lead. And that's it for Tsai. He's got 2-love here, out to a very quick start. Levinski just, doesn't have any answers here. You've got to believe that Tsai's 2,500 rating is, well, first of all, it's estimated, but, we'll call it an underestimate.
He seems to really control the game right now. Levinski's trying to catch up.
He just does not look comfortable out there, not able to execute his own game. Brad Tsai is just sort of playing like within himself, and that's been enough to take it 11-4, 11-6 in these first two games.
We'll see what next he's going to try to do.
Oh, very nice drop shot.
Rally. Try to keep him off the table.
Nice little bit of touch there.
So much spin again. Both players seem to have a little bit of trouble with long topspin served. Wow, smack that.
And that thing is going so fast. Levinski's got no chance when he leaves it up like that.
you see how it dropped?
It's very nice.
So quick.
And now he's got a 3-1 lead here in this game, trying to creep ahead with the serve. Is there a chance that he'll make a comeback?
Oh.
Yeah, you can't miss that one. He knows that.
It was his own spin.
Yeah. Levinski much more active now, yeah.
Keeps fighting. A lot of times for me when I have a topspin serve and the opponent just puts it back, it's twice as dangerous. Whoa.
Now he's getting pumped up.
Tsai still looks very calm.
You know, it's like their shirts match their temperaments, right? Tsai's blue, calm, icy, and then Levinski's red, fiery.
Levinski's still bothered by Tsai's serve.
Very nice. Really turning up his level here.
Feels like he needs to play 150% of his game and focus.
Right.
Wow. So wide.
Oh, wow. Fooled him with the push down the line out to the forehand. Typically, the safer bet would be to take that push cross-court into the backhand, but
it seems like both players are aiming for each other's deep forehands.
Right.
Again, his own spin.
Ooh, Levinski needed one of those points to make it 9-5.
Yeah, but how do you block that?
And that lead that he put with that just evaporated. A great point on the second court has the crowd going nuts over here. Very competitive match at 1-all. Dave, can I quickly see the match sheet for this?
He had him down from 8-4, and now it's 9-8. The moment he drops his focus, Tsai takes over.
Got 9-all here with the serve for Tsai. Oh.
So strong.
It doesn't even really look like he's trying that hard when he hits that thing either.
His muscle memory. Oh.
Levinski benefiting from a net cord there, but not quite enough to win the point. Tsai takes it with a comfortable 11-4, 11-6, 11-9. Up next, we have two Wangs, Alan Wong and Tim Wong. Alan will be playing for the Westchester Raiders, and Tim will be playing for the Atlanta International Table Tennis Academy. But before we do that, let's quickly talk about what do you think Levinski could have done there to make it different, or is there really anything he could have done? What would you tell him if you were his coach?
It's hard because as long as he kept his focus, like I said, at 150%, he had to be, really, really careful with every single shot. he was doing all right, but the moment he dropped it, and these players are always focused, but the moment he dropped that focus, Zai just took over and made it his own game.
Yeah, and you know, he did try to make a little comeback there in the third game, or at least he took a lead. Definitely showing more fire and passion in that third game. Really, he should have been doing that the whole time. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, but that's the hardest part of table tennis, just to keep your focus all the time.
Right. You really
all
have
of these players are always physically ready.
Right.
It's just the mental part.
It's true. All these people, all these players at this level have hit so many forehands, so many backhands, pushes, serves. Really, the separation is mental. In any case, now we have, we'll call him Tim and Alan here. Tim Allen from Home Improvement. No. We got Tim and Alan here. Tim is actually the reigning U.S. Open champion. He's not? Sorry, Tim won the U.S. National Championships in doubles and in mixed, actually numerous times. And then he was U.S. Olympic team member in 2012.
Yeah, we have a fun fact about Tim in that he likes to play poker. He grew up in Houston, Texas, but he plays in, he mostly plays in New Jersey now at the AITTA. There are two schools of AITTA, both in Atlanta and in New Jersey. So they have a lot of good players coming out of that club.
Yeah, and for Alan, Alan's only 17-year-old. He trains out in New Jersey, and his one of his biggest accomplishments recently was he was a 2014 U.S. Nationals men's doubles champion with Corey Eider, and he's done very well at the U.S. Open in the junior and cadet events. He's made the finals there a number of times. You see right away that Alan is much taller than Tim. Even though he's younger, he looks like the more imposing guy. We'll see if that translates to aggression in this matchup here, because Alan is heavily underrated versus Tim. The differential there is over 100 points.
Also see if it translates to speed. In table tennis, it's harder to cover the table as fast if you are taller, so we'll see. That was a nice counter loop. Both of them seem to have the same type of game. They both just attack and attack and attack.
Wow. That was a great banana flip from Tim. I mean, it had a ton of spin on it. Alan didn't seem to care, though, and just smashed it.
Tim is so close to the table all the time. Can you imagine how fast you must be when you're that close to the table if you get a deep ball at the other end? Wow.
Yeah, you know, if you play players like this, even just an inch high on those little short drop shots, I mean, they can kill it.
Yeah, there's no room for break. They're so fast.
Oh, now Tim pulling away, bringing out a bunch of different serves to fool Allen.
Out of the hat. Just coming up with new ones. Wow. 2 aces.
I like what Allen's doing here, though, taking his time, trying to gather himself.
Did you see how he flips his pad over that backhand? There's really no room above the table so much, but the way he flips his wrist just makes it very powerful.
Yeah, he's very good at that shot. It looks like his wrist is going to even break. I don't even know how he can pull it over that far. That thing's got a ton of spin, both side and top. Tim takes it pretty easily here, bringing out a ton of serves.
The result does make it look pretty easily, but they actually have had a really good game with a lot of rallies.
Out on the second court, we have Quadri Aruna in a 5th game with Li Zhang of the New York Indoor Sports League. Quadri Aruna is playing for Team Joola. Team Joola is supposed to be, they're rated the highest out of any of the teams here. They're probably favored to win it. That being said, Quadri's their best player, and if he loses here, it might not be the best sign for them moving forward. They're having just unbelievable rallies.
And our Wangs are back on court. I wonder why he keeps doing that to his backhand. He seems to be very consistent. It must be more dangerous to put it on his forehand.
Yeah, maybe moving forward, the best move would be for Allen to go down the line, or at least just attack Tim off the forehand, because he really hasn't moved from that corner most of this match. Like right there, very nice. Allen catching Tim off guard with that down the line forehand. Let's see if he can make some inroads that way, make Tim uncomfortable. Tell himself to calm down a little bit. He is rushing a little bit, at least in the point, if not out of it. I like how he's taking a lot of time here.
Can be pretty annoying when you see the opponent taking more time than you want.
Right.
So Tim pushes his back and even close to his forehand side.
Yeah, he's pretty much receiving only with his backhand.
And he's very consistent. I don't think he missed anything. His positioning wasn't so well. It's a short, he chose the shortest distance, a parallel hit.
Allen here open up a nice little lead at 6-2. And that was a very simple controlled backhand block that he made. Tim just made a mistake.
At this level, you pray for those cheap points, even though they're not very many. Both players are very consistent. Wow.
Ooh, caught him off guard with the long fast serve, but Allen couldn't take advantage. Now we're back at 4-6. Tim with the serve.
Very beautiful backhand.
Tim's backhand is very strong. A lot of players are forehand dominant, but I want to say that Tim's backhand is as good as, if not better than his forehand from what we've seen today. Allen benefiting from a few net cords here on that, or at least on that point, and now 7-5 with a serve.
Oh wow, good serve.
That was
important point right now.
Right, one of the first backhand misses off the return that Tim's given up. And Allen having success going into the forehand just then. See if Tim can make an adjustment.
So much spin on that serve. We see a lot of long serves.
I find the players are having a really tough time with the reverse pendulums. Those are very tricky to return. Ooh, and he went back to it again. Allen wasn't sure, could not be aggressive.
He couldn't predict where it would go.
Right.
He was a little late on that loop. Missed the ball.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
All the side spin there. I mean, Allen had been doing well going out to that backhand. Tim made the adjustment, though. Sorry, going out to that forehand. Tim made the adjustment, put a ton of side spin on that angle.
Again, dominating with his backhand.
That backhand flip, the banana flip, I mean, that's been the difference so far. It is very vicious. Scrappy point from Allen. Gets him this game point on Tim's serve. Nice little blocks there, keeping him alive. Tim blinked first.
Very sure on his backhand.
That backhand is very good.
If you watch closely how much focus it's put in every single serve, I wonder if they're just predicting various combinations that might come out of it. Wow.
Wow, that was very nice backhand from Allen. He's showing us that his backhand's not a slouch either. Back to game point. That was a very confident forehand there.
Tim did that on purpose, but I just think it caught him off guard.
I also think Tim had gone to that reverse pendulum down the line out to Allen's forehand one too many times.
He finally figured out in the right moment.
Right, Allen got the read on it. Took no hesitation to just crack that thing cross court to take the game. I gotta say, I'm very impressed by Allen rebounding there from a disastrous first game, losing 11-3. He's He's able to take a tight 12-10 game in the second. If you're Tim Wong, what are you thinking about moving forward?
I think in the first game, Alan just was still trying to read Tim and see what he wants to do. I feel like both players now have to really be sure in their strategies, because it seems like when they're both at the top game, they're pretty tight.
They are pretty tight.
We see them play a lot on each other's backhand. I wonder if they're going to try to maybe serve some short serves on each other's forehand, or maybe that's just too dangerous because they're both gonna flip it.
Allen opening up with a nice banana flip.
Yeah, they both seem to have a similar backhand. Oh, so much spin. Allen was out of position, and with that much spin on the ball, you immediately push it out.
Allen's showing some good quickness for a tall kid. Moving way out left to hit some forehands. Oh,
that just came too fast.
Yeah, that's one of those Jimmy Butler slap shots with the backhand. No spin, just bang. Tim couldn't react in time.
That was so close. Good intentions. Probably would have taken the point.
Yeah, Tim was nowhere near that ball if it had gone in. I see the adjustment that Allen's trying to make, though. He's trying to just sort of hang around on his backhand and wait for the good forehand. Sort of a tough game to play when out. Tim's backhand is so good, though.
Both players are trying to keep their score close. It's hard to catch up if you are too many points ahead at this level.
Wow.
His whole body inverted for that backhand flip.
Yeah. Allen is very comfortable, it seems like, hitting backhands deep off the table with a big loop. But when he's close to the table, he sort of pulls back a little bit and just blocks.
Too spinning for that. I guess at this level, you just expect that the ball's going to come back. So you're always more ready. So much spin.
Allen apologizing. I think it hit he got a little let cord there. Very close right now at 1-all, 5-all. That was a very high toss serve.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, the first we've seen him do that. Those high toss serves can be really tricky because the ball is falling much faster. The contact is shorter, I would say.
He's doing it again.
Oh, he had his look. He wanted that. I think it's a clear decision. You know, that was sound decision making. He had the opening. He should have gone for it. Although you do worry about his backhand not being as comfortable attacking in that go for broke fashion. We're still neck and neck.
It's so annoying when you plan the perfect serve and then it hits the net.
That looks like he did it again, though.
Yeah. No one else noticed.
Perfect serve, take two.
The net doesn't like Tim that much right now. Maybe a little bit too far. You think he went too far with his backhand?
I also love how Allen's varying his serves a lot here.
It's like he knows Tim's gonna attack whatever he can, so he kind of just gives whatever is gonna come back the safest for him. Not too much spin on the ball so that the loop back is not double or spinning.
Back in the half is so good. He can hit it all, like just seemingly whenever he wants. And it puts him in an aggressive position each time. Now he's at 9-8 with the serve.
Very cheap, very important point.
Tough miss there. I want to see if Allen does the high toss serve or if he's not confident enough in it at 10-8.
You just want to see the high toss.
Oh.
I think he became a little bit too defensive at the end of the game. Tim took advantage of that.
I see what Allen's trying to do, and he's just trying to, you know, stay calm, sort of extend the rallies a little bit, and then look for his opportunity to either strike on Tim's forehand or hit a forehand of his own. But Tim is being very aggressive and
very consistent.
You know, he's aggressive off both sides is the difference, I would say. Allen is not as comfortable being aggressive with his backhand, whereas Tim has more of a balanced attack. That being said, it was a very close game. Could have gone either way. If Allen can raise his execution here, then we could be seeing a fifth game easily.
I know the crowd would love a fifth game.
I'd love one too.
Let's see what advice they got from the coach now.
I would be interested to see if Allen either tries to be more aggressive with his forehand running around to the left, or if he does something with his backhand. Wow. I mean, Tim was a foot off the ground when he hit that forehand, just curling it cross court. I think he has so much side spin, it would have hit the side wall before it even bounced. There's that high toss serve, but Tim's seen it maybe a few too many times.
And it also probably takes a lot more focus to do the high toss. Maybe you compromise from your second ball. Very slow there.
And you know, Tim was aiming for that right elbow. Allen was not quick enough to get out of the way. Very underutilized shot in table tennis.
Ooh. Side spin on that little push.
That was a nice little push going away.
Looks harmless.
Yeah.
Not really.
Not at all. That was a huge point for Allen to stay within touching distance. And there we see him trying to be a little bit more aggressive with that backhand punch. Couldn't execute though, and that might make a difference.
I wonder what happened there. Tim's bouncing off a little bit.
Being very deliberate here. He wants this point.
Oh.
Nice touch from Allen. Kept that very short. You'd expect Tim to be able to come over there and hit that banana flip again. A little too wide, a little too short.
Two nets from Tim right here.
I'm not keeping score or anything, but I think Tim or Allen is up on the net courts like 7-1 or something. Oh man, those are some sick shots. I love it when they get into the scrambling, because then they show off some really cool stuff. Shots that people like you and me wouldn't even dream of. After a little bit of a
serve.
Yeah, a little bit of a scratchy start from Allen, but now he's pulled it back to 5-all.
Very tight game.
This is very tight, you're right. And now Allen's being able to draw some errors from Tim's backhand.
Yeah,
Tim's
he made
worried.
a lot of errors
Right.
in this game. That backhand is just a killer.
That's really good. You know, the thing is, when you vary up the positions a little bit, someone who's been so comfortable on the backhand like Tim has been might cough up a few more errors if you take it to his forehand, you know, every once in a while. Catch him off guard. Now his backhand is suddenly not as comfortable.
You really needed that point.
I mean, he's sticking with a game plan, that's for sure. He is being very aggressive out to the forehand when he has a chance.
That's all you can do right now. That was an edge, a lucky edge.
Nothing like a few nets and edges to try to sneak you back into the game. Wow.
Nice rally. You really do need to take that time and focus before you serve. Lower level players, I feel like a lot of times they just rush into it.
They rush it.
To me as well, a lot of times.
Now Tim here built himself a little 9-7 lead. If he can get one of these points, he'll be very excited. And there it is, all of a sudden, triple match point.
If you could draw on a line, the inconsistency in focus, would probably correlate with the points. Yeah.
That's it.
That's game.
So Atlanta is ahead 2-0 now. Not the best spot for Westchester, given that this is a 3 out of 5 match format. So this next one between Hubli and Feng is going to be a do or die match. But you know, Allen had his chances in that match. Both players very close in skill level. Maybe Tim had a little bit more of a balanced attack, but I felt like Allen might have had a little more firepower with the forehand.
Yeah, but there's also Tim's a little older. He has 5 years more of experience. In these games, a little bit more experience wins the game, actually. But we see with both players from Atlanta, they just seem to dominate the game. and the players from Westchester just try to keep up in a way.
Right.
We'll see what happens in this game.
Now we have Yijun, Feng, and Rajat Hubli. Yijun actually goes by Tom. He's been living in the U.S. for 10 years now. Moved to the U.S. when he was 8 years old, and he's 18 now. And then...
Very young again.
Yeah, another young guy. And then Rajat Hubli is 27 years old. He lives in Boston now, but he used to play for the junior national team in India at Maharashtra. Sorry for butchering that pronunciation. He used to play in France for a few years while he was going to school there. And now he lives in Boston.
You have a shake hand and a pen holder.
Yeah, Tom has the pen hold here, and of course pen holders tend to have just massive forehands.
And very spinny, awkward serves.
On paper, not a whole lot separating the two. Tom's rating is 25.32, and Rajat's rating is 24.95. So not very many points separating them. So this one here, being a do or die match, hopefully we'll see a fifth game.
So Tom, some of his results that we were able to find out were that he played in the quarterfinals and juniors in the 2015 ITTF boys juniors in Korea. And just last month he played in the semis in the singles. So he's definitely coming from a big tournament to another big tournament.
Yeah, he has to have a lot of confidence getting the semifinals.
He looks like that too.
Yeah. He's a very tall kid too. A nice push there, just barely skimming off the edge. That was a let serve. Yeah, that was a let serve.
That was a high ball. He was expected to do that.
And you know, Tom's got what it looks like a nice reverse backhand, reverse penhold backhand in the new style. So he's very comfortable hitting that backhand as well.
You rushed a little bit there. Any minimal mistake in these games will cost you. Very high return. That serve must be really hard to read.
Now we're back at 3-all though. After Tom opened up a quick lead. Both players just trying to feel each other out, not having the reads on their serves just yet.
Wow, very high ball again. Everything must be so spinny since at this level you can pretty much control the height. Oh wow.
Ooh, bad miss there off the serve.
That was a nice shot block.
And that fault there could mean all the difference here. Tom pulls out to a 7-5 lead. Oh, dear.
Very beautiful. So smooth.
I can't see how those guys can hit reverse backhands like that.
Some cheap points.
Oh, very nice block.
Wow, so much spin there. Sometimes it's easier to counter loop than to block it. This time there was just too much spin.
Game point here for Feng. He takes it a quick 11-6. I would say, just from the early runnings of it, Feng has the more volatile game. He can both be very aggressive and at the same time hit some interesting defensive shots. Meanwhile, Rajat plays sort of a more conventional game, I would say. He has a good forehand, good blocks, but it's not going to do anything too crazy.
But if you look at the score, those were the 5 points that those were his own mistakes. He missed a serve, he missed a few chops. So when you lose the focus, you lose a point, and that may lead to you losing a game.
Tom actually has the look of a Shu Xin. He's very tall, lanky, and he plays 10-hold. I guess the last thing you'd want is for him to be left-handed, but he's not. In either case, I wonder if they model their games after each other, or if he models his game after his, I should say, after Shu Xin's. Maybe we'll start seeing some crazy lobbing and slice, chop blocks, and all kinds of stuff like that from him.
You're hoping for.
That would be cool.
Tom doesn't seem intimidated. Rajat has 10 years experience. 10 years of more experience. He seems pretty comfortable. Oh, that one caught him off guard.
I'd be interested to see what type of adjustment Rajat makes. Oh, nice net cord. Tom there.
So spinning so low. That's the disadvantage of tall players. You have to bend a lot to get those low balls. Tall and spinny, the worst.
That was a very nice touch there off the drop shot. But then you got to believe that once Rajat gets sort of the read on Tom's serve, this match would be anybody's match. Tom already sort of has the read on Rajat's serve.
Yeah, if Rajat would just keep his mistakes fewer.
Another let cord there.
Yep.
The net cord's getting a lot of action today.
Again.
Oh man, I think that was like 3 out of 4 points there with a net cord. Even the pros hit net cords.
With the downspin, the net cord usually helps, but when you loop and it hits the net cord, it just it triples the spin on the ball. Oh, that hit.
Oh, and now an edge. Whew.
I like to see when they both agree on what happened. Maybe that threw him off a little bit. He didn't think it was the edge.
Rajat still having troubles with Tom's serve there.
That only shows how spinny and hard to read these serves are.
And penhold serves are always so weird.
Not used to them. You can't see the wrist as clearly.
Ooh, and Rajat benefiting from a loose error from Tom. To win this point here, be a nice little lead towards a second game for him. First lobbing point in the semifinals so far.
You're happy now?
Tom showing no troubles hitting those high, deep lobs. I mean, he's really tall already, so that definitely helps when trying to bring those down to the table.
Again, tough serve.
Yeah, now the momentum's really with him.
It's really hard when you can't return the serve and you anticipate that. Focus on the rest of the point. Wow. There was nothing good have done there.
Game point.
A little lower. You need to go a little lower. Again, his height makes it harder for him to pick up that low balls.
I really like Tom taking the time here, even though he has double match point still. Took that towel break to sort of gather his thoughts, plan his attack. Let's see what he does here. Rajat hanging around.
Not giving up.
Definitely not.
Oh, wow. Deuce.
That's 3 match points in a, or sorry, game points in a row dropped by Tom. I do like that he's still going for that backhand, though. I mean, he knows that's his bread and butter, or at least it's been so far. That reverse penhold backhand's been doing a lot of damage. It would be a mistake to pull back just when he gets the lead. But now we have a game point, 4 in a row for Rajat.
Oh. Another edge.
An edge on game point. Sort of knew it had to happen. And Rajat takes that game after being down triple game point. That's gotta burn.
I guess he deserved that edge after all the hard work.
You know, seeing that, you wonder if Tom is going to be sort of shell-shocked from that result. Or if
Yeah,
he's
I'm
gonna come
amazed
back.
at how these higher level players just are able to just move on from, you know, taking 1 point as a separate part of the game.
1 point at a time, definitely.
Yeah. No hard feelings for the previous points. It's so hard.
Right. You know, it's that champion's amnesia. You can't cling to some of the bad mistakes or bad experiences you have to let that affect you moving forward. You just got to stay confident, stick with your game plan, and execute as best you can. Definitely hard to do, especially in a sport like table tennis where the margins are so small.
It's seconds.
Being tough mentally like that can make all the difference. It can be, you know, a couple 100 points in your rating, I would say.
Still no change in Tom's facial expression. So focused.
I'll be interested to see if he decides to pull back on those backhands or if he puts a little air on them. And that's just an incredibly heavy shot from Rajat. And look at this. He takes the first 2 points off of Tom's serve.
Whoa. That would have been a killer shot.
Yeah, he was going
If
for
you look at the
thunder
two players, look at Hup. And if you look at Rajat, his hand is way below. I wonder if it varies according to what players they play.
That is interesting, yeah.
See, it's way under the table.
Wow.
Tough spot.
That was a crazy block, bringing his backhand all the way out to the forehand corner and putting some kind of chop block on it. Fool Tom.
Bad positioning.
Yeah, he was sort of falling back on that one. Caught a little bit too high.
He has troubles with that second loop. How nice would it be to just be done with one loop?
That would be nice.
A little late there.
Tom's not holding back with that backhand, but he did back off a little bit there, which he hadn't been doing before. Rajat trying to pump himself up. He knows how important this game is for the momentum of the match and for the team, right? It's do or die here.
Look at that serve ritual. It amazes me every time.
Wow.
What a rally.
You know, Tom is so tall already, but he also jumps in the air to hit some of these smashes. I guess that extra little height makes the difference.
The crowd loves it too. They like the extreme points.
Wow.
Wow. So much speed.
Rajat's been going to that forehand to cross court out to Tom's forehand maybe a few too many times just then because Tom was ready for it this time. And even though that thing had a ton of spin, Tom just crushed it back cross court, sending it with interest.
Oh, did that hit? What happened there? That hit?
Oh, wow.
I didn't even see it.
There have been so many nets and edges in this game. Oh, Rajat saying it didn't hit.
Oh.
Okay, so it didn't hit. Both players agree.
That's good.
We got 7-6
Good
for Tom.
sportsmanship in this game.
It's a tough miss. It wasn't that difficult of a backhand to hit. Something tells me Rajat's a little bit afraid to play too conservatively, knowing that Tom will attack on anything.
So many nets.
Now we're sort of at the business end of this game. Both players taking extra time, try to gather their thoughts and an attack plan. Wow. I think that's the first time we've seen Tom go down the line with that reverse backhand topspin, reverse penhold backhand, I should say. Topspin down the line. Great time to use it when the opponent's not expecting it. Now we got 9-7 with the serve for Tom. Rajat's doing well though. He's sort of he's managing to stay close to the table with those blocks. And meanwhile, Tom is sort of being forced backwards to hit these reversed penhold backhands. Not an ideal position for him.
Wow. What a close game.
And he's bringing it back to 9-all. Rajat here has a game on his racket. If he can just hold serve on 2 points here, he'll run away. He'll take this third game.
Very important game right now. Wow, Tom's going for all or nothing, and it all goes in.
I mean, he's got a ton of confidence.
I know.
He's just smoking it. Interested to see if Rajat tries to go to the backhand here.
Oh, that was it. It was all or nothing again.
And that was some confidence from Rajat's side. He's probably played so many game points like that where he just needed to,
what you got to do.
right, nail a forehand.
Oh. So much spin on that ball.
And it was deep. It might have hit the back white line there. Both players raising their games here late in the third game.
If they could keep this level throughout the entire game. Let's see. Whoa.
Rajat going for a funky little, yeah, that was quite something.
It's like last resort for these players.
They're pulling out all the stops.
Yeah, you don't want to defend, you want to attack. Oh, such a cheap point.
He hates to leave that up high though, and that's why he's going for that.
Just gotta let it go.
Cutting it thin. Game point again. Oh, yes, this time it works. That is a sick shot. It's like, it's almost dead coming back. I mean, Tom thought it had a ton of underspin. He just pushed it long. He just kills the spin with this crazy, like, it's not a chop exactly because he doesn't go high to low. It's like side. That thing is amazing. Now we got 12-all. And to do that to save game point, very cool.
Whoa, he does it again.
He did it again. And then found the forehand to attack. He is pumped up. If he wins this point, he's going to have all the momentum. Tom is not backing down. Goes for that
Very
backhand.
calm, very strategic.
I know.
Simple, but effective.
And he missed a few of those earlier, but no misses here when we're getting real close to the finish line.
It's so tight.
13 all.
Oh, not again. Maybe we'll see another chop.
He's trying to keep that thing so low.
It seemed like he had a handle of that serve, and now when it really matters, 2 points, just like that.
Is he going to go out to the forehand again with this serve?
Oh, no.
What a way to end the game. We had an edge on the last game to end it.
Yeah.
And then comes back to bite Rajat here with a just atrocious net cord right there, dribbling over. Oh man, we saw some cool stuff that game though.
What do you do? I feel like they gave their best. What do you do now?
You know, I'd like to see Rajat go for a different serve. I think he hit that same backhand serve short out to the forehand. You know, 4 or 5 times in a row in that last set of deuces. And it's not that he's not varying the spin, and you know, he's hitting topspin, he's hitting under, but if you're going to show the guy the same motion over and over again, especially towards the end there where, you know, mistakes like that are not going to be made, I mean, you really should be varying that up. And at the same time, Tom, you know, just sticking to his guns with that backhand and then staying aggressive in these points.
I do feel like Rajat kind of had this game. He executed more. But Tom just kept it simple, kept it consistent, and sometimes that's what wins the game.
Right.
It's impressive to see so much control from a younger player.
See if Rajat can pull it back to 2-all.
I would be very upset at this point. Wow, good start.
See, he should have pulled out one of those serves at
Yeah.
the deuce or at the game point that he had. A nice controlled block down the line off of a heavy, heavy shot from Tom.
He's definitely motivated.
Great start for Rajat.
Look at the little steps that he makes every time he waits for the serve.
The intensity is going up very high for Rajat now. He wants this game.
Shorten that forehand loop. Should have let his hand go all the way. Make a full swing. Oh,
Nice push there. Looked like it had a little side spin on it too, left over from Tom's serve.
who knows what these guys are doing with their seemingly simple motions.
Oh. Rajat's blocking game here has taken up another level.
Yeah, we didn't know he could do that so
He's
well.
blocking very well now. I guess that will be his strategy moving forward, is to just block down Tom if he can do it. Dangerous game to play though, allowing your opponent to be aggressive like that. You really got to be able to maneuver your opponent well if you're going to try to play that type of game. Crowd getting revved up for a deuce game on the second court.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Some very entertaining matches
Has to
going
attack.
on.
Whoa, nice
yeah.
rally.
the amount of power and control required to hit those huge counter loops from 8, 10 feet behind a table. I mean, most players can't even dream of it.
Wow, what a backhand. He got so low.
Oh, man. Way out to his left. Still brought it back on the table.
The following teams are please come to the control desk. Game 2. Maryland Table Tennis Center. Wait.
We got timeout called here by Rajat.
Straw hats. And Maryland Tennis Center.
This is a very important juncture in the match. You can string together 2-3 points. Either player, you know, can be the difference between hanging around, forcing a fifth, or just shutting the door on Rajat if you're Tom.
It's interesting that they took the timeout while he's in the lead. I wonder if they're trying to slow him down. Maybe he was going too fast.
I'll be interested to see if we have another Rajat blocking
or chopping,
here.
hopefully.
Well, hopefully that. But I'd be interested to see if he tries to come out with that backhand blocking strategy a bit earlier on, where he was able to maneuver those blocks both cross court and down the line to get Tom out of position. Or if he tries to go for those heavy, heavy, deep loops that he's been able to hit. They're slower than Tom's, but probably have 1.5 times more spin.
Again, just looking for a solution for Tom's game. Tom just seems to be doing his own thing. Oh, that one hurt.
And you know, he didn't go for the floating loop with the heavy spin. He went for the kill down the line. Just couldn't execute at the last second. Oh no. And a fault from Tom. Oh yes, and Rajat pulls ahead 7-5 with the serve.
Seems like just 2 points, but...
Oh yeah, at this point in the match, 2 points is like, you know, the world of difference.
Oh, another edge.
Rajat doing well to take that counter loop, and then counter loop back by Tom hits the edge.
Oh.
I mean, that was an unbelievable push. Perfect three-quarter push that just barely skims the back edge. Rajat couldn't convert. Now we have 7-all.
You see more mistakes from Tom in this game.
A little bit of a scratchier play.
Oh, that almost hit.
And if you're either player, it's so hard to keep your level that high. But it looks like, again, we're going to head into a very tight ending of this game. I'd love to see some more crazy points like the last one. That's big.
Whenever Rajat gets those higher balls, he just goes for it. That's sort of his safety net. He just can't keep it short.
You know, the amount of power Tom can get at the end of his reach. I mean, his arm is basically straight when he's making that flip, but it's still got a ton of spin on it, and Rajat can't make the, you know, he can't convert the power loop there, the counter loop. Got 9-all here. Very close to the finish line. Tom showing his first emotion. He wants this bad. This is a $2,400 match point right here. Oh, he's going for a fast long serve there, trying to catch him off guard.
The surprise is ruined.
I know.
Has to change. Oh, very beautiful.
And that's the match. AITTA takes down Westchester 3-0. Rajat putting up a spirited fight, trying to use his experience to take down the younger player, but Tom Feng was just too much.
Too consistent, too confident.
You can just sort of see him walking around. He knows that he's playing really well.
How you doing?
And out on the other table, Team Joola managing to win their match. So the finals will be the AITTA versus Team Joola. That will be a very interesting match. We got some very good players out of Team Joola, including Quadri Aruna and Roskopf, the German national coach. In any case, we will be back with the finals, I believe at 5 o'clock. Meantime, players will be resting up. I'm Brian Song, and I'm here with Vanessa Petroy. We're at the 2015 Joola North American Team Championships, just outside of DC in the National Harbor. We've seen some really good table tennis so far, and I think the finals will prove to be better. We're going to take a quick break here, so stay tuned, yeah.